You're listening to the Cyberwire Network, powered by N2K.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to N2K Cyberwire's Hacking Humans podcast, where each week we look behind the social engineering scams, phishing schemes, and criminal exploits that are making headlines and taking a heavy toll on organizations around the world. I'm Dave Bittner, and joining me is my co-host, Joe Kerrigan. Hey, Joe.
Hi, Dave.
Along with my N2K colleague and host of the T-Minus Space Daily podcast, Maria Vermazis. Hello, Maria.
Hi, Dave. You're back.
I am pleased as punch to be back, and we will be right back after this message from our show sponsor. And now, a few thoughts from our sponsors at ThreatLocker. The tactics used by cybercriminals are becoming more and more advanced every day. The shift from a default allow approach to a default deny is more critical than ever. This is where ThreatLocker comes in. Stay tuned for how ThreatLocker allow listing and ring fencing has your back. All right, as we said, I am back from vacation. I am well rested, tan, and ready to go. So before we dig into our stories here, we have a bit of follow-up. What do we got here? Joe, is this your doing?
This is my entry from a couple of weeks ago. Last time we were all in the studio together, we had a person from Australia who wrote in and said that their friend had been scammed out of like $70,000 in an employment scam.
Right.
So I stumbled on this link this week that is out of Australia from an organization called scamwatch.gov.au. That's the website. And we'll put a link in the show notes, but this is just a collection of people telling their stories about how they were scammed.
Okay.
So maybe if our listener, I can't remember our listener's name. I'm sorry about that. But maybe if our listener, it's Dave.
Huh.
It was Dave because we were talking about another Dave. So maybe if Dave can hook up with scamwatch.gov.au, they might have more local resources for that person that got scammed.
Right. All right. Very good.
This also helps you know that you're not the only person that this happens to. Perhaps that will provide a little bit of comfort.
Yeah. Nice to have a local for the listener resource also coming out of Australia.
Yes.
All right, well, let's jump into our stories here. Maria, why don't you take the honors this week and lead us off?
All right. Well, I thought I would take a little look at the Pokemon evolution of toll collection scams that have been going on, because we've had a couple of listeners write in about some variants of it they've received in other parts of the country. And I've been getting a ton of these actually myself, but I've been hanging on to them and just sort of watching how they've changed over the last couple of weeks. I was sitting on this story until I saw a post on the Massachusetts subreddit with the title, "Bruh, they making PDFs now."
Really?
Okay.
Which made me laugh just reading that out loud. And the person who received a spammy SMS with nothing but a PDF sent to them did the thing they should not do and opened it on their phone. Big no-no, but they took a hit for the team, I suppose. And I figured I would thank that person for doing the terrible thing, but just quickly look at the evolution of what people have been getting sent, including myself. And I've been getting E-ZPass alerts, fake ones, from the Philippines, saying I have an unpaid toll bill with a total amount of $6.99 due to, I presume, the state of Massachusetts. Huh. And then I'm directed to a spammy link that starts with easydrivema.com -- a bunch of characters .top and a bunch of other stuff. So a really, really suspicious link. And then the instructions at the bottom of the SMS that says, please reply Y, then exit the SMS and open it again to activate the link, or copy the link to my Safari browser and open it. I really love that. Very specific.
Yeah, they know that you're on an Apple device.
Huh.
Yes, because it's being sent through iMessage, so they do.
Oh, I see, yes.
Yeah. But it is interesting that a lot of these I've gotten specifically from the Philippines or the UK, but it says it's supposed to be from the state of Massachusetts. I don't think we've outsourced that stuff yet, but who knows, maybe that's going to happen. And I got another one actually last night, which was really funny. I was being told, please pay my Massachusetts tolls by March 12th, 2025. Thank you for your cooperation and wish you a happy holiday. I was wondering, are they wishing me a happy holly? I'm not really sure which holiday they're referring to in March.
St. Patrick's Day is coming up.
St. Patrick's Day?
I mean, people in
one-
Massachusetts aren't known for their drinking, so that probably couldn't
No,
be,
no.
Or
Happy
St. Patrick's
evacuation day to
No,
us all.
no.
Indeed. Maybe that's the one they meant. But yeah, again, it was an easydrive.ma.com/bunch of characters.xin URL. And again, that same set of instructions of reply Y, exit the text message, activate it specifically in Safari. I did not do any of these things. And then I took a look at the screenshot of the spammy PDF that somebody opened on the Massachusetts subreddit, which again, don't do that. And there's again a $6.99 overdue toll that was apparently due back in January. And there's a link in the PDF that says in big green letters, pay now. And it comes apparently from the Toll Enforcement Authority with all rights reserved.
That's the copyright. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently this needs a copyright. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, everybody seems to be getting these. I think it's very interesting that now, bro, they making PDFs now.
Right.
That they're just spamming out a PDF with no text. It's literally just a PDF in a SMS, hoping that someone will go, "What is this?" and open it. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
But the biggest problem for me is that they're saying that a toll would be $6.99 in the state of Massachusetts, and that's just not the case.
Is that right?
Is that low?
No, like as if it would ever be that cheap. So there's
Right.
Oh.
there's the flaw in their whole scheme.
I see. That's interesting.
I'm just
So-
curious how this will continue to evolve.
A couple things stood out to me here. First of all, the URL link that they include in this, as Maria, you said, it starts out with easydrivema.com, but then there's an M dash,
Yep.
and then so it's actually going, and then and the actual place where it resolves to.
Right.
But for some reason, that M dash stands out to me because as a delineator, it really makes the easydrivema.com stand out on its own, as
Right.
if it were the legit place that you're going to be going to, and that everything on the other side of that M dash is, extraneous. The normal stuff you would see after a slash.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because that makes EasyDriveMA the subdomain of some domain that's com/bunchofcharacters.top or .xin. Which is very
Right.
clever. Yeah.
It is clever. And I don't know that I've seen that using M dashes. I'll admit, this is about as geeky in the weeds as you can get. Not a big fan of M dashes. I know.
Bullet through my heart. Oh my gosh, I'm a big fan.
I mean, I get it, but I just find them typographically bulky.
Pretentious?
No, bulky. They're just a
Bulky.
little too. Just give me a regular dash, or maybe an N dash, but an M dash. I don't know. Now you're a little full of yourself. So
As I said, they are pretentious.
I have learned more about dashes than I wanted to know. I thought there were only two dashes, like the dash and the M dash, but there's an N dash, like with it, like Echo
It is the length
November?
of the letter N, and an M dash is the length of the letter M.
yeah.
That is the difference.
And believe me, Joe, there are many dashes,
Okay.
and there are folks who will tell you which ones are appropriate and which ones are not, and all the different use cases for them, and they feel very strongly about that. And I'm happy for them.
Right. It's like their religion.
They're all
but I am
English
not-
majors.
Well, I mean,
Just
it's
for
just-
or
it's its
journalism
own-
majors.
It's its own little tiny subcategory of pedantry, and
Something that somebody else uses to feel superior over everyone around them. You don't know which dash to use.
that's right. That's
Philistine.
right. We all have our things that
We do.
Emacs,
absolutely.
Vim.
way too much about and feel like it's our responsibility to enforce them.
Dave, while you were gone, I got to educate Maria about the difference between a chicken and a Polish chicken.
That was not a very elegant segue into chickens. I just have to say.
Trying to shoehorn
wondering
it
how
in
you were
every
gonna do it.
episode now.
I feel like this should have started out with a priest and a rabbi walk into a bar, and say, hey, do you know the difference between a chicken and a Polish chicken? Wah, wah, wah. Well, you know what? I'm going to have to go back and listen to that episode because I have not yet listened to it, but I understand that there was quite a lot of scintillating discussion about chickens.
Yes.
Okay.
This is what happens when you're away, Dave.
Yeah.
Somehow it's your fault.
Well, you're
can
keeping
never
us
leave.
on track.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I guess to wrap this up, I mean, Maria, you're 100% right. Like, this is an active scam.
Right.
Everyone I know is getting toll violation notices right now, which
Yep.
means it must be working.
Can I add something to this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
of course.
some reason, my E-ZPass system stopped working. I don't
Okay.
know why. They stopped charging my credit card. And one day I just got a letter in the mail from Maryland E-ZPass, and it was just full of pictures of all of our tolls from the past month. And it was like maybe $25 worth of tolls, because around here the tolls are not nearly as expensive as they are up north. And I've driven through Massachusetts, and yes, those tolls are expensive.
They are, yeah.
But we have a road around here called the ICC, which we use frequently. I use it when I go to my parents' house. But I actually got documents in the mail, and they were saying, pay this. And I'm wondering if the use of this PDF is like an evolution of this scam, because they know now that when actual humans get actual tolls, they get a document. So why not fake the document and just send them a PDF that they open and have the PDF take them to the link?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that I would love to test if I could figure out a way to do this, or maybe a listener can help me out with this one. I have a Massachusetts cell phone area code. So I know that's an easy one for the scammer to say, spam this to everyone with a Massachusetts area code.
Right.
I'm curious if someone has an area code that doesn't match where they physically live, if they're getting it according to their area code in a different state. Then again, we've had some listeners write in and say they've gotten tolls for out-of-state visits. Like somebody drove through California and then they're not from California, and they got a spam that was about a California unpaid toll.
Right.
Which made us go, is this an insider threat of some kind? So,
Right.
I mean, I'm always driving on toll roads, so it's kind of impossible for me to figure out if something's going on. Like they noticed I had driven on the Mass Pike or something. But yeah, I'm so curious if someone's had experience with that. They live in New Mexico, but they actually have a California area code or something. If you have, I'd love to know.
Yeah, because I remember one of the things we speculated about a while back when these things started was whether or not the scammers were using location data from apps on your phone. So in other words, if I can inexpensively buy location data from, your flashlight app and then basically geofence you. So if I see that you've gone onto a toll road, then I'm going to send you a text message that says, hey, pay me. Because early on, some of the messages we were getting from listeners were saying like they were getting these text messages while they were on the toll road.
Right.
Or immediately
Right, yeah.
after they'd been on the toll road. And that made me think perhaps there was some kind of location thing. To me, this seems much simpler than that they're going the cheaper, easier route now and just, sending it out randomly.
I'm so curious what the end game is for this. I mean, if this is working, maybe they're just going to keep doing this, or if this is going to build to something else.
Right.
Yeah.
$6.99 at a time. It's practically a nuisance fee.
Yeah.
But I guess it adds up.
Oh, yeah. And I guarantee you the credit card is stolen as soon as you enter the information as well.
For sure.
So.
True.
For sure. Yep.
True. All right. Well, that is an interesting one. Do we have links to that one? No links to that story, but certainly it's not a hard one to look up if you're interested in it. Just look up toll scams. They are widespread. All right, well, let's move on. My story this week actually comes from a blog post that was brought to my attention. This is someone named Joan Westenberg, and she took it upon herself to write about what she describes as digital snake oil merchants who are stealing from the already broken. And what this centers around is a scam called PDF farming. Is this something either of you are familiar with? This was new to me.
This is a new term for me.
I've never heard the term, but I think I might know what it's referring to.
Yeah. So it turns out PDF farming is when you basically spin up a lot of inexpensive PDF documents. You either steal from someone else who's an expert on something, just copy and paste, create a PDF, or these days, the new hotness is to make them AI generated. Go into ChatGPT and say, I want to make a PDF that is about something that people often need help understanding. And the notion is that you create a bunch of these over time, maybe a couple every day, and you post them on places like Amazon or eBay or some of the publishing platforms. for a few dollars. People will find them. They will buy them. Over time, you build up a library, and suddenly you've got thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars of passive income coming at you every month.
Yep.
Now, what's really going on here is that the people who are making the money are the people who are selling you the kit to teach you how to make or how to do the PDF farming.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So for example, this one they're talking about it's $99. You get a complete kit that has templates, teaches you everything you need to know. There's several hours of video content to show you how you can, be on Easy Street by creating PDFs and publishing them. Now, you will not make money doing this. That's the bottom line.
Right.
These markets are so flooded, especially
Yes.
since these AI tools
Yeah.
came on, that the idea that you would make, $50 a day, which is what they talk about, is just not realistic.
No.
The amount of money you'd have to put into marketing and this notion of passive income by publishing these things, it's just not realistic and it's not going to happen. But the folks who are selling these kits, they're going after folks who are already vulnerable.
This reminds me of an old joke.
Okay.
I'm going to write a book and put it on Amazon, and it's going to be called How to Make $1 Million on Amazon, and the price is going to be $1 million. Right.
Right.
That's what this makes me think about.
Yeah.
Is that you probably buy this on Amazon, this kit,
Yeah.
and then like you said, the only people making the money are the people selling the kit.
Right. Do you guys
Yep.
remember there was briefly an app on the Apple App Store called I'm Rich?
Yes, I was just thinking of that. What was it like $5,000 just to
I want
download
to say
it
it
and
was
have it on your...
$10,000.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was $10,000. All it did
Yeah.
was put the icon on your phone that said I'm rich, and that's all there was.
Stupid enough to buy this stupid
Wait a
thing.
minute. What?
Yeah.
Why was it taken down? Was it taken down because Apple?
It was too successful, dang it.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Well,
I don't
people
remember.
were buying it, and Apple got their $5,000 cut or whatever it was. I know what do they get? Like 30-some%.
Right.
So Apple got their cut. But ultimately, I think it got taken down because it got too much attention. And Apple thought to themselves, this is not in our best interest. This must be in violation of our terms of service somewhere.
Right. Ask the lawyers how this violates,
Right.
which they can
Yeah.
do for any app that's on their app store.
So they did eventually take it down, but not before several people who were indeed rich amused themselves by downloading it and sticking it on their home screen so people could see that they were indeed rich. In this case, you are not going to get rich.
No.
So don't bother.
A lot of MLMs and stay-at-home mom type businesses,
Right. That is
they really want to get.
exactly what this-
Yeah, they tell a lot of people who are looking to make some income at home while staying home with kids, like you can totally sell courses or make some PDFs and sell them on your website through your social media, and this is how you can supplement your family's income. And now there's people preying on that whole thing too. So it's just like the snake eating its own tail, but
Yeah.
it's quite amazing.
I would say whenever you see the term passive income, that should be a red flag because
Yeah.
in general, making money takes work.
Right.
So
News at 11.
Yeah. Or if you really want passive income, you can go out and buy some income-based securities. But there's risk associated with that as well. I mean,
okay.
the thing is that those usually return like maybe 3 to 5%, right?
Uh-huh.
So you're not going to live off that if you're just starting out. But
Welcome to Investors Corner
Yeah.
with Joe Kerrigan.
Yes.
I was gonna say you usually need to have some capital to start with.
yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, you need to put.
Yeah.
So if you put like $3 million in there,
Yeah.
Well,
you have like $100,000 a year coming in.
Yeah. This is the old Steve Martin joke. You could be a millionaire and never pay taxes. And you say, okay, first, get $1 million. All right, now. Yeah. It's easy to make money when you have a lot of money.
Yes,
It's a lot harder.
correct.
In fact, it just kind of happens when you have a to money.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. What am I
Yeah.
going to do with all this filthy green stuff? It's just coming out of the...
give it to me.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
That's right. All right. So bottom line here, you are not going to make money with this sort of passive income kind of thing. The market is flooded with PDFs and ebooks and those sorts of things. The only person who's making money here is the person who's scamming you out of your money to try to sell you the kit to teach you how to make the money. And this is a scam that's been around for decades. I mean, probably it's tale as old as time. Someone tries to sell you the secret for a get-rich scheme.
Yeah,
and
I think Maria has hit the nail on the head here with multi-level marketing. That's pretty much all that is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's
Every
just,
social media, like lifestyle influencer type, they all have a course or an ebook that they're hawking, if not multiple. And it's been the advice for a long time for people who are trying to earn a little bit of cash was just figure out a way to sell a thing about how to be successful on social media, and you'll suddenly be successful on social media and make money. And kind of everyone's sort of looking at each other, going, "Is this working for you? Are you actually making money from this? No, okay, maybe not."
All right. Well, we will have a link to the original blog post in our show notes. I'll tell you what, before we get to Joe's story, let's take a quick break and hear a message from our sponsor.
So let's return to our sponsor, ThreatLocker. ThreatLocker is a zero-trust endpoint protection platform that strengthens your infrastructure from the ground up. Where traditional cybersecurity tools require you to create a list of things you don't want to run, ThreatLocker enables you to easily curate an allow list of everything you need in your environment and network, and block everything else by default. With ThreatLocker allow listing and ring fencing, you gain a more secure approach to blocking exploits of known and unknown vulnerabilities. ThreatLocker provides zero-trust control at the kernel level that enables you to allow everything you need and block everything else, including ransomware. The ThreatLocker Zero Trust Endpoint Protection Platform deploys in a learning mode that analyzes the operations of your company using machine learning to assist you in developing your allow list for approved applications, what they can do on the endpoint, what can interact with your data, and even east and west network traffic. We thank ThreatLocker for sponsoring our show.
And we are back. Joe, you are up. What do you got for us here?
I got two today, Dave, because they're both kind of small. One of them is a follow-up on a local story we covered a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
This was about the woman who was scammed out of almost $800,000 in gold bars.
Oh.
Do you remember us talking about that story? She lived in Montgomery County, Maryland.
I do.
She still does live in Montgomery County, Maryland. Well, a California man has now been sentenced to 6.5 years in prison for that crime. And he was sentenced in Montgomery County in the circuit court down there, which I've been to that building. I got called in there once for jury duty.
Okay.
Anyway, this woman lived in, wait for it, Leisure World, which is a 55 or better community.
Yeah.
Actually, my grandmother lived in Leisure World for quite some time.
It's a real place with that name?
It's a real place. It's kind of the epicenter for, easy senior living around here. It is a gigantic complex.
It is.
It's been around for a long time. Of course, the locals refer to it as either Geezer World or Seizure World.
Right.
No, it's a real thing.
That name doesn't sound real. Wow.
Yeah, it's a real place.
And it's
big,
quite nice, actually.
No, it's a legit place, and lots of people live there and enjoy their senior years at Leisure World.
Got a golf course right in the middle of it.
Yep. One of those
course.
places people drive around in their golf carts and just enjoy their later years.
You need it's gated, so you need a badge to get in.
Yeah.
But once the guards know you, they just wave you in, because we used to go over there, pick up my grandmother, go shopping. Anyway, yes, it's a real place. But anyway, this guy's name is Wenhai's son.
Okay.
And it is, he had picked up gold bars from this woman and attempted to pick up another round with the hopes of swindling her out of $1.1 million. But the second pickup was actually set up by law enforcement, and that's when they grabbed him.
Oh, okay.
So this guy will be spending about 6 years as a guest of Montgomery County in some kind of penitentiary or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Did they get any of the gold back?
It doesn't say.
Okay.
The story does not say.
Yeah.
But I'm going to bet no.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah, it is good news.
Yeah.
And in the bad news department, this article comes from TechCrunch, and it's from Amanda Silberling.
Okay.
I was about to say, see how well I nailed that name, but then I totally botched it. This is quoting the FTC saying that Americans lost $12.5 billion to scams last year. And the follow-up after I'm going to guess that's an M dash, Dave? It says social media, AI, and crypto didn't help.
That is an M dash. I just want to say.
It sure is.
Okay.
That is an M dash with a space on either side of it. So it's just
That's a big
floating out
no-no.
there in all of its big, gold, fat, wide glory.
You're not supposed to put spaces around it. Dang
Kind of
it.
like me sitting in this chair.
Yeah. Your words, not mine.
Okay, Joe.
So, the stats on this are about 2.6 million people submitted reports about falling victim to fraud in 2024, totaling $12 billion. So some quick back of the napkin math, that's a lot of money per person.
Yeah.
It's like $1,000 or $500, somewhere around there.
Huh.
This is also a big jump from the 2.5 billion that was reported to the FTC in 2023. Now, here's my question. Do you think that this is something that has resulted in more people being scammed or more people reporting their scams or some combination of the both?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Probably both.
I would agree. I think there's probably better reporting, but I don't think the amount of scams has gone down or remained the same. I think that we're seeing more and more scams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. The story actually talks about Charlotte Cowles, who was the author of that story that was on The Cut.
Yeah, we talked about it.
We talked about it, yeah. And there's a great quote in here from her. It says, "I'm not a person who panics under pressure and falls for a conspiracy theory involving drug smuggling, money laundering, and CIA officers at my door. Until suddenly I was," which is exactly how these things work.
Yeah.
Charlotte Cowles is not a dummy, right? She is a smart, and I'm going to go out on the limb and say most of these people that fall for these scams are not dummies. What happens is these guys come in, they flip the switches in their brains, in the victim's brains, and they get these people into a state where they're panicked and they just want to get the quickest way out of that. And often the way these guys say, "Let me help you with that," is give me some money.
Yeah.
And we can make this all go away.
Yep.
So that should be your big red flag. Crypto, the crypto part of this is that they're using cryptocurrency as a way to move the money.
Yeah.
Sending people to crypto ATMs is one of the things we've seen people do. The bad part about cryptocurrencies is as soon as you send that money out of your control, you are never getting that back, unless you can do some kind of rubber hose cryptography with the person that received it, or rubber hose cryptanalysis. That's the term of art, actually.
I was thinking the same thing.
Right.
No, I wasn't. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so rubber hose cryptanalysis.
Joe, I'm good. I'm good.
It's really easy, Dave.
Okay. All right.
It's really easy to explain.
You got 15 seconds. Go.
Okay.
All right.
I can either try to hack your crypto system, or I can hit you with a rubber hose until you tell me the password. That's how it works.
Fair.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Gotta hand it to you.
You've been
All right.
vindicated, Joe.
Right.
That was good. That was good.
It's a really simple thing. So I mean, that's what I mean. Like law enforcement comes and they exert the force of the government, right? Because all power derives ultimately from violence. Right. So the government will threaten to put you in jail, keep you confined unless you cough up the money. That's really the only way you're getting cryptocurrency back. And if that person has already sent it on and you don't have access to somebody that has the keys, you're never getting it back.
The other thing that grabs my attention here in this report is that the numbers here are just from folks who submitted reports.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
So I don't know if there's any way to ever know this, but would we guess that this is a small percentage, a large percentage? Is it half?
I would say it's not close to half yet.
So what's actually happening and what's being reported, there's a big delta there.
Right. And I'm speculating on that, but I'll bet that if you took a random sample of people and asked them if they've been scammed and then asked them if they reported the scam to the FTC, you'd find that was a small percentage.
Yeah. You're right.
And people think, what's the point?
We hear over and over again folks who call up their local police department and say something has happened, and the police will just say, "I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. It's gone."
Right. Yep.
And so that, I assume, doesn't go anywhere.
I don't know that it goes anywhere, but it should be at least investigated and documented.
I guess you can request it if you're trying to get like insurance or
Right.
something like that. Yeah. All right. Well, we will have a link to both of your stories in our show notes. Joe, Maria, it is time to move on to our catch of the day.
Dave, this week's catch of the day comes from the Scams Forum on Reddit. A very important person is contacting you.
All right. I'll do the honors here.
Okay.
It goes like this. Contact me immediately. This is Mrs. Melania Trump, First Lady of the United States of America. I'm giving you a gift of you and your family of ATM MasterCard, $80 million United States dollars. For you to receive your funds, please contact me with all your information. Thank you. federalofficeu@gmail.com.
That seems
I need
legit.
your full name, home address, country, your airport. Your airport?
Airport.
Your phone number, your email, your WhatsApp. I'll be waiting for your immediate response in my email, as my delivery agent will be contacting you to deliver the card to your address. Thank you, Mrs. Melania Trump, First Lady of the United States of America.
Oh, I'm sold.
Yeah. So
That's a pretty dead-on Melania impersonation.
I
I
would
do say so myself.
Honestly, it's like she's right here smoking
Yeah.
5 packs at the same
Yep.
time.
right. Which I don't believe she's a smoker, but
Well,
I don't know. So here's this is interesting. Airport? Why your airport?
That's a good question.
I mean,
why would anyone need? What does that even mean? Your airport?
Right. I have
my personal airport.
Right. This is my airport is Joe's landing strip in my yard.
Do we think that is a translation error from? Like, what could airport mean? I don't know. Got your full name, your address, your country, your airport, your phone number. I don't even know what that could be.
Maybe it's city, because airports are normally based after
like
named
a
after
city
cities.
code.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, if you get your home address.
I don't know.
Maybe just to make it seem like they're going to rush it over to you. Like they'll get off the tarmac and fly it over to you on a helicopter.
That's right. Right. You have to meet Melania on Marine One.
Oh, Melania makes it clear that she's not coming. She's going to send
the Secret
her
Service hands you a gift card.
Delivery agent, right.
Right.
It's going to be someone from the Secret Service, exactly.
Melania will be looking at you the way she looks at Justin Trudeau.
With
then
contempt.
an aircraft carrier pulls up.
Quite the opposite. With great admiration.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, I think what's going on here is pretty obvious. It's a scam using a celebrity.
Yep. A recently installed celebrity, by the way.
Just getting your information with which to scam you and probably try to string you along for something else as well.
Yep. You give them this information, it goes onto a list that gets sold on the dark web, and then you start getting scammed more.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is our catch of the day. If there is something that you would like us to consider for our show, you can email to us. It's hackinghumans@n2k.com.
And of course, we want to thank this week's sponsor, ThreatLocker. Go to threatlocker.com/HH and check out their Zero Trust Endpoint Protection Platform. That's the words threat and locker with no space.com/HH, where you can request a demo and neutralize the threat of malware running on your devices.
And that is Hacking Humans, brought to you by N2K Cyberwire. We'd love to know what you think of this podcast. Your feedback ensures we deliver the insights that keep you a step ahead in the rapidly changing world of cybersecurity. If you like our show, please share a rating and review in your favorite podcast app. Please also fill out the survey in the show notes or send an email to hackinghumans@n2k.com. This episode is produced by Liz Stokes. Our executive producer is Jennifer Eiben. We're mixed by Elliot Peltzman and Trey Hester. Peter Kilpie is our publisher. I'm Dave Bittner.
I'm Joe Kerrigan.
And I'm Maria Varmazis.
Thanks for listening.